Well, hello enemies and book lovers. My name is Ash and welcome back to my channel. We are here for the last TBR of the year, which is December. I'm hoping it's a good month for reading, and I hope that we all kind of get to our goals and get to the books we want to read. I definitely don't think I'm going to do that, but we're gonna try. I wanted to finish more series this year, didn't end up happening, so I'm gonna try to prioritize series for this video, just so that way maybe I can potentially get some series finished. As you saw in the thumbnail, I'm going to actually be taking part in my own readathon this month. I'm doing my own readathon, the Library of Dragons readathon. You don't have to worry about what this is about. Just go with the vibe. Watch me play it. Figure it out as you go. It's not that big of a deal. It's actually kind of similar to my TBR game. You go along the board, you get prompts, except I actually make like attack rolls and stuff. Again, you'll see it as I play. If you know D&D, you might be familiar with some of the concepts of the attacking and everything. If you just want to know about the prompts and that's it, you can just skip those parts of the video. But yeah, I'm going to be doing this for December. This is the only time I'm going to be doing this board. I'm going to be going back into this board in January, which is like my favorite thing ever. I love doing this TBR game. I'm actually going to be restarting from the beginning. So I'm going to be starting from this corner in January because it's like a new start, you know? So I'm going to start from the beginning. It doesn't really matter though because it's an infinite loop. So it doesn't really matter if I start from the beginning or not, but it's fine. We're going to start at the beginning anyway and go around the board. So yes, you will see this again in January. Don't worry. But for now, we're going to do my readathon board for the month of December. So let's get to the first roll and see what it's going to be. So let's do some footage of me playing my game and we'll come back to you in a minute. Hello, welcome to my readathon. This is my game for the month of December, as you can tell. I'm going to very quickly, hopefully at least, explain to you what's going on. It's a lot, but I'll kind of explain it as I go. Every single time I go past a red tile, I will be attacking and defending myself from my kingdom. And so Corvus and Odin, which are my characters, they're going to be defending the capital of their domain. And I'm also going to be using the blur scroll. The blur scroll allows me for the next 2 attacks, so 11 and 4, because I'm going to be taking the main path. I'm not taking the shortcuts. Because I'm taking the main paths for 4 and 11, I will get disadvantage to attack me. I'm going to be using a d6 to go around the board, and if I want to change, I also have d8s and d4s, so I can depend what I want to do. But for now, I'm going to start with d6 and hope that it kind of goes well. So I don't want like only 6s, but I also don't want only 1s, so hopefully it gets us right in the middle. First roll. You know what? I did say in the middle, and that's pretty in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, but we do the third prompt, and the third prompt is book with a seasonal word in the title. So the first roll, as you saw, we start off strong with a 3. It's okay. It's not too bad. Maybe it'll get better. I'm hoping I only get like 4 to 6, 7 prompts max, but we'll find out. But our prompt was to read a book with a seasonal word in the title. It could be any word I want, although because it is going to be winter and the holidays, I'm going to probably try something that's a little bit more Christmassy. I have a perfect book for this. I never really plan on reading it. Well, maybe I did, but like I never plan on reading it soon, but it is the perfect time to get to it. This is one of my like free books, Stuff Your Kindle Day books. So this was a free romance book, and so I decided to put it on my list because again, perfect for this prompt and for the season. This is a mate, sorry. This is a little bit diabolical, that's why I'm laughing. This is A Mate for the Christmas Dragon by Zoe Chant, and again, never had any intention of reading this book anytime soon, but it is a Christmas book and it has the word Christmas in it, and it is a seasonal word, and it's obviously a very seasonal book, so you know what, we're gonna go for it. This is only 281 pages, which is probably good because a lot of my series are huge. So this is a series, I don't know if I'm gonna continue it, unless I like absolutely love this, which I'm not sure, but hey, maybe I will, who knows. But this is an author that has a ton of like paranormal romances or just romances. She has so many romance books. I looked and I was like, excuse me? So if I like it, at least I have a lot to read. I'm obviously a little bit wary because it's 280 pages and it is a romance book, and I usually like my slow burns, but hey, it was a free book. I want to get to it, and it's Christmassy, and it's just the perfect time, and it's a very short, easy read. I'll be able to fly through it. Our main male character in this book, his name is Jasper, and he is a shifter. As you can imagine, he's a dragon shifter, and he has to do something within 5 days or else he is cursed to either stay in the body of a human or stay in the body of a dragon. And so he needs to find his mate within 5 days before Christmas, which is also his birthday. So his birthday's on Christmas, and his curse will activate when he's like, I forgot how old he is, like 20 something years old, whatever. His curse will activate if he doesn't find a mate by that day. I'm going to assume eventually his mate, who is going to be the female character of this book, and that is Abigail. Abigail is like the Grinch character. She does not like Christmas at all. She's a retail worker, so I actually don't blame her. She probably hears Christmas music all day. She's probably just sick and tired of the festivities and everything that goes on, and honestly, I don't blame her. And so she is very much this character that does not like Christmas, in opposed to the main character, Jasper, who loves it. And obviously there's gonna be a romance between these two. It's gonna be like grumpy sunshine, maybe, but Abigail is the grumpy, which I kind of love the dynamic of the female character being the grumpy one and the male character being the sunshine. Although maybe their personalities aren't like that. All I know is that, again, she doesn't like Christmas and he loves it. And he has to, you know, find his mate before his birthday / Christmas, and she's obviously going to be the one for this book. So it should be a really quick, cute, simple, cozy kind of romance. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. Like I said, it was free, so hey, if I like it, that's a good sign. I can continue the rest of the series if I want to, but I might just read this and not. We'll see. Maybe I'll love it. Who knows? Maybe I'll love it. Now let's move on to my second roll for the video. Okay, I did again say middle, and that is in the middle, so that's not bad. 1, 2, 3. We're on prompt 6. I'm gonna do the prompt and then I'm gonna do the rolls for my attacks. In case you don't really care about the attack rolls, let me just tell you what the prompt is. So for prompt number 6, it is to read a book with a minimalistic cover. So a cover that doesn't have a whole lot on it. But now we're going to do our attack and defense rolls. So first I'm gonna roll 2 d20s. This is the Celestial Dragon. This is my enemy's dragon. Ironically, this is also my character's love interest. So he's attacking his love interest dragon, which is great. They're probably just starting to become enemies. They'll become lovers later, I swear. And then this one is the colors of my dragon, and so that one is for mine. So let's just do an initiative roll, see who goes first. Of course, I got the nat 20 in an initiative roll. Of course I do. That means I get to go first, as you can see, and the other dragon goes second. So I get a +5 bonus, which means I need to get a 9 or higher. So a 9 or higher to hit. Yes, I do hit. Okay, so that means I get to do 2d8 +5. So let's just roll these 2d8s. Okay, 8 + 5. So 13 damage. I get to do 13 damage to the enemy dragon. I can't do math though. 1 second, I have to do math. The enemy now has 37 HP, but now it's their turn to attack me. They need an 8 or higher because I have a blood dragon. Unfortunately, blood dragons have the lowest defense, but because I have disadvantage on the first 2 attacks, that means there's a lower chance. 8 or higher. I was rolling a lot of nat 20s yesterday. I'm a little bit afraid, so there's a low chance of getting 2 nat 20s, so I'm probably fine. Well, I shouldn't say that. Okay, I did. What did I say? Holy, the nat 20 streak is still going. I do have D&D today, so maybe there's a chance I'll get a lot of nat 20s again. Okay, so luckily, because this is disadvantage, we do not count this one. They still do hit my character, but not for double the damage, which is good. So we're gonna put this over here, and they will hit my character, and let's see how much they take off of me. That's 7 + 5, so almost the same amount as I gave them, except this is 12 instead of 13. That means I have 38 HP still left. I'm going to reduce the HP and I will come back to you in the next roll. I got a 3 again. A little bit nervous about that because I don't want to go too slowly, but it's fine. We did also an attack round. Everything looks okay for now. So let's get to the actual book itself. For this prompt, I got minimalistic cover. And for this one, I am hoping I'll actually get to it because I did have this on a TBR in the past and I didn't get to it. So hopefully I'll get to it in the month of December. Fingers crossed. That is The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is the second book in the Poppy War trilogy, and I really want to get to this one. I did have it up a few months ago, but I didn't get to it. I think it was my headspace at the time. I think I'm doing better right this second. I will see if I end up actually finding myself ready when I actually pick this up next, though. This is a high fantasy trilogy with very dark topics. It does kind of start with Rin, who's the main character of this book. She starts off in like a school setting in the first book, but then it really definitely changes as the story progresses and it's more focusing on war. And there's a lot to entangle within this trilogy, even in book 1. I'm not gonna get too into it though. I think it would kind of touch upon spoilers, not really, but I feel like a lot of the book is about what happens in it within those simple parameters. So I don't want to say too much because I think it would kind of give too much away. Rin is a very morally gray, kind of hard to like main character, and I kind of love that and adore that because I don't see that very often. It's good to see sometimes because it's good to kind of like push that narrative of what you usually see with main characters. I really liked book 1. I'm really hoping I'll like this one. I want to get to it. I don't know if I will for sure, but I'm going to do my best to get to it in December because I really want to. But yeah, this is a minimalistic cover to me because there's only like one thing on it and that's it. So I'm going to count that for this. Let's now move on to our third roll for this video and see what the next book is. It's going a little slow, but okay. 2. 1, 2. Number 8. Prompt number 8 is to... This is a free space. This is like one of the only mood read spots on the entire board. I am happy with this. Okay, fine. I don't mind because a mood read is a great thing to get. So mood read. This is like the tortoise and the hare. I'm not moving quickly. but I am moving forward, and that's better than nothing. For this one though, I got lucky and I got mood read, so that's actually one positive at least. And for mood read, I am going to not cheat. I'm sure you're all tired of seeing this book, and I'm so sorry. I'm gonna choose this one for this because I really want to get to it, and sure, I finished half of it, so I will still count it for my own readathon because I read half of it, and it's still so massive that I feel like it should count. So I'm going to count the second half of Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson for this mood read prompt. Again, I'm so sorry for having this in my videos all the time. You should not see this in January. I should be done this by the end of December. I have half of this book left, and I am, for the life of me, going to try my best to finish this dang book. I love this book, don't get me wrong, but I have been reading this for a while now. To be fair, I did restart it in November, so I technically started it in November. I started it like months ago, but I barely got into it. So I restarted in November, and now I'm almost finally at the halfway mark. All I need is like another 600 something pages to finish this book. I should be able to do it in December. I will have a reading vlog as always. I appreciate everyone that really is like excited about me reading this series. It makes me so happy. Like, it's making me so excited to continue the series because so many people are like hyping me up and saying how excited they are to watch it. Not only that, but also like see my reactions, and it's so cute. So obviously I know that not everyone is interested in watching me read this from the archive, but everyone that is just like, it's so endearing. To all the people who are excited for me to read the series and watch my videos, thank you so much. If you don't like that kind of stuff, it's fine. I'm not gonna get mad at you or anything, but thank you for everyone that's been like really excited for me to continue because it makes me want to read more, and I just love it so much. And those videos take so much of my time. So thank you for supporting me and getting all excited with me because I am dying to continue. The series is amazing. It's so good. I can't even really explain it because it's just so advanced and detailed, and there's so much happening in the series. It's a very epic high fantasy series with a lot of magic, a lot of politics. It is amazingly done. Very strong main characters, incredible cast, so good. It is part of the Cosmere, so I'm having a great time reading the Cosmere, and yeah, I'm hoping I can finish this in December, so that way I'm not bringing it into 2026. Let's now move on to our fourth book and fourth roll for this video. Okay, moving on to our fourth roll. I'm kind of hoping for the best. Okay, a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is prompt number 12. I do have to do another attack, but let's just do the prompt first, just in case. Number 12 prompt is read a book with an illustrated cover. But let's just make our attacks really quickly. Again, initiative, who goes first? Okay, I go first again, which is okay. I don't mind going first. I mean, I want to get my blood reserves up, so that's fine. Let me roll my attack, +5. I need a 9 or higher. A crit fail. I critically failed. My dragon bites the air. This is bad. Okay, nothing happens, but like, that's just bad. Now it's the Celestial Dragon's turn, but one more time, they have disadvantage. They also got a nat 1. See, the romance is blooming. We are looking at each other's eyes instead of looking at each other's dragons, and there's a moment where we just can't focus. It's fine. So for this round, no one takes damage. We're good. Let's go into the prompt. Okay, well that was interesting. I'm still not moving quickly, but I also did not hit, and they also didn't hit me. We both got nat 1s, which is so me. That's very me to do that. With that aside though, I did get a book with an illustrated cover, which is so easy because I feel like most of the books I own or want to read are mostly illustrated covers. I do have some without, but I feel like most of the books I do have are illustrated. So this is pretty simple and easy. And I do want to try finishing my series, my duologies, my trilogies before the year's over. I have a perfect book for this because my hold from my library, it was like a 2+ year wait, but my other library, because I have 2 libraries currently, my other library has it available right now. And so I am very happy because it was like a 2+ year wait and now it's not. And I'm very happy to hear that because I wanted to get to this book so badly. I reread the first book in December of last year. I really wanted to get to the second book, but it wasn't available at my library, and now it is. And I'm so happy to see that because I've been wanting to read this for so long. I read the arc years ago, and it's finally time to read the second book in this duology. And that is Heavenly Tyrant by Xiran Jay Zhao. And I've been wanting to read this for so long. Like I said, I read the arc. So I read this like over 3 years ago, and it's finally happening. I'm finally reading the second book. I think I've heard like okay things about this book, but I'm so excited to get to it because I loved the first book so much. We're following a sci-fi or like science fiction type world where they are these mecha. There is the men that are kind of controlling the mechs and fighting these creatures. I forgot what they're called, but they're fighting things in order to protect the world. But the men always have to have a woman in the cockpit, and what happens is it drains women's energy. They end up losing their lives because the energy is being absorbed from them. And so the men always survive, but the women don't. And Zetian wants to go into this because something happened to one of her family members, and so she wants to go and destroy this from the inside out, essentially. It's so good. I love Zetian as a character. She is amazing. This book definitely touches upon like feminine rage and feminism in general, and I love her personality, the way that she is with her family, the way she is with just everything that's happening in general with the patriarchy. It is so good. And there's also a romance. There is a polyamorous relationship. This is actually the first book I ever read with polyamory in it. So we're having Zetian, her friend, like childhood friend, and then the person that she ends up being a pilot with, and it's really good. I love the pilot. I forgot his name right now, sorry, but I love him so much. It leaves off on a little bit of a cliffhanger. It's kind of like what's going to happen next, and it has been so long. It's been years, and I'm just really excited to see what happens next and see how this duology ends. And I'm hoping that obviously whatever happens with the mecha and the pilots kind of gets overthrown, because it's about time that it does, honestly. Let's move on to our fifth roll. Ooh, solid number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Prompt number 18 is to read a book with a distinct shape on the cover, so a heart, circle, triangle, square, etc. And then I also have to roll for my attacks again because I passed number 15. All right, let's just do this really fast speed round. Let's just see who goes first. We both got the exact same number. Time to do it again. Oh my god, no, they're not 20. This is crazy. Okay, I go first. Straight roll. I need a 9 or higher. 13 hits, so let's see how much damage I do. That is 2d8 plus 5. Ooh. 14 damage. Okay, not bad. Let me just mark that off. The enemy now has 23 HP, but now it's my turn to get an attack on me. So let's see what happens. I'm a little bit scared. So it's not with disadvantage anymore. This is a straight roll. I'm a little bit nervous, but we'll find out what happens. That's a miss. A 5 plus a 3 is an 8, and they need a 14. So they miss me. Oh no, they needed a 13. But they still miss me anyway, which means I take no damage. I have maximum blood reserves for my dragon. I am good. So let's get into our prompt and see if this is the last prompt or not. This is potentially the last prompt. We'll see in a second. Okay, we're moving a little bit faster now. This is good to see. I was a bit worried at first, but I think we're doing okay now. We moved 6 spots, and this one is going to be reading a book with a shape on the cover. It has to be pretty distinct. It can't just be something that's like vague, but usually this is a tricky prompt for me, but I have a perfect book for this, like literally perfect book for this. And that is A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers. As you can kind of maybe see, there's circles on this book, so this is perfect for this. And also it's super tiny, which is also perfect because I have so many big books on this list. So I am looking forward to having a tiny little book like this and a little novella because I really need it. This is the second book in the not Murderbot Diaries, that's a different series. This is the second novella in the Monk and Robot duology. Dex has a mobile tea shop and they kind of travel around with it, but then they find Mosscap, who's a robot, and there's like this little friendship that kind of starts, and it has a very good conversation around like introspection and the world itself and the beauty and just how humans are, and it's actually really, really beautiful. If you're at a time in your life where you kind of are having a hard time with what's going on and just the inner thoughts of not only yourself but like other people and everything, I think this is like a beautiful duology to read. The first one was one of my favorite books of the year. It's something I probably would buy in the future, and I know that this one wasn't as well received as the first one. It's still a Monk and Robot book, so I am highly anticipating it. I cannot wait to read it. I'm gonna hopefully read this when I feel a little bit down maybe one day. The first book was like lightning in a bottle. It was just so beautiful, and I loved following Dex and Mosscap. They're so sweet and so cute. So I am very much looking forward to this one. It is very cozy and very simple, and it obviously talks about everything like I mentioned already, nature and the world and humanity and how it all works and what does it mean. It's just so good. It would finish a duology, and like I mentioned, I should be able to finish this in December. I have no excuse not to, so I will finish it, almost no doubt about it. So I can actually finish a duology and finish a series, I guess, even though it's only 2 books, but I'm still counting it as a series finished if I finish it this year, so that's good. I need to finish more series, so let's go and do that for this book. Okay, now let's move on to our 6th roll for this video, and hopefully it's my last one. There's only a few spots left. I was gonna say hopefully I don't roll like a 1 or 2, but I shouldn't say that. Let's just see what I get for my 6th roll. Potentially this is our final roll. If I get under a 4 or a 4 or under, I have to continue. If I get above a 4, I will have to finish the game and we are finally out of this combat. So let's find out. Potentially last roll. That is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Prompt 22 is to read a book with something natural on the cover. So food, plants, animals, something that is not man-made. That's pretty simple. I can do that. We also have our final attack round, so let's just do that very fast. Initiative roll. I will go second and the enemy goes first. So let's see if they do it. They need an 8 or higher. 11 does hit. And let me see if I do damage. I just want to do mine because it's just faster. I do not do damage. So I don't get damage, but I get damage done to me. So I'm just gonna remove my blood reserves right away. I get 4 off of me, but I'm safe, so I'm fine. So that is 11 damage plus 5. That's 16 damage. That does a lot, but I'm still standing. As you can see, I have 22 HP left and they have 23 HP left, which means that we're almost identical in regards to our damage done. And you know what? It was a good battle. Battle well fought. We both kind of just go separate directions. We decide to go away from this fight and we're going to just be safe in our little realm. So that is it for my rolls. I had a good time. So let's go into our final prompt. Okay, all went well. So my 6th roll was good because everyone survived. Well, I'm not sure if I wanted the enemy to survive. It's fine. Well, the enemy is my character's love interest, so I guess I don't really want to get them to 0, so fine. I guess it worked out in the end. For the final prompt, we got a book with a nature on the cover or something natural on the cover. Now, this one is also very, very easy. I got pretty lucky with these prompts, so I'm not too mad about it. But this one is to read something with something natural or nature on the cover. I chose another 600+ page book. I am so mad at myself. It's fine. That's why I'm a bit nervous if I could finish this TBR, but we'll try. We'll do our best. Or I'll do my best. Why am I saying we? We're not reading these books. I'm reading these books. It's all on me. It's all on me. This is another 600-page book plus 600-page book and another book that I had on past TBR. I think like almost twice now. I think I've had this book on my TBR twice in the past. I never got to it. Let's see if I actually end up reading it in December. This is A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I want to continue this series, and I know this is the start of a new one. The first one is From Blood and Ash. This is A Flesh and Fire, which is, I think, the sequel series that follows along, kind of alongside of it. So I want to read this before I continue From Blood and Ash, so I'm gonna try my best to. I've mentioned this twice before. Will I get to it? I don't know. I'm hopeful, but I'm not going to put anything on it. I would never bet on this, but I'm hoping I can, and I'm hopeful that I will. This book is following Seraphina, or Sarah, and she is a maiden who's going to try to woe and win the heart of, what's his name? It just says in the synopsis, the primal of death, which I kind of love the idea of that. I keep saying that. I love the concept of this, but I haven't read it yet. But yeah, she is a maiden. She wants to win the heart of the primal of death, and she's supposed to assassinate him at the end of it. So she's supposed to get close to him and assassinate him. But what ends up happening, as you can imagine, is that she falls in love with him, and that obviously causes a big problem because she's not supposed to fall in love with him. Realistically, she's supposed to pretend to, but then she actually falls in love with him instead, and it probably does cause a little bit of a problem in that regard. A very simple synopsis. That's all I really want to know. That's how I like to go into my books, pretty much blind. So again, I don't know if I'll get to this one. I'm not trying to say I'm not going to read these books. Like, I will try my best to get to the books on my TBR. I honestly do try to get to them. I try to read them, but things happen. Like, things happen in my life. My mental health isn't great, so a lot of the time, sometimes I just can't read. Well, I can read, but you know what I mean. It's hard for me to pick up a book sometimes. And also I get busy. Not usually, I don't really have much of a busy life, but I'm gonna try my best to prioritize these books, actually get to them and read them because I like to read the books I have in my TBRs. I'll try. But with that all aside, these are the books I plan on getting to for December. A lot of sequels, which is good because I really want to finish my sequels or continue or make progress in them. Flesh and Fire is not a sequel. It's starting a series, but I kind of count it as continuing series because I do kind of place it within From Blood and Ash. So it's a little bit cheating. It is cheating saying that, but it's fine. We're gonna pretend that doesn't exist, okay? And I'm really excited for January because January, I know it's all cheesy, but I love the start of a new year. It does feel so good to like kind of start over. Some people don't really care about that. People don't have New Year's resolutions or goals. I kind of like to set them, not resolutions anymore. I kind of gave up on those because I never actually do them. But I learned my lesson after 31 years of that. So I'm hoping I can get stuff done. I want to kind of keep videos going up now. I want to try prioritizing my channel again. It feels like right now, at least, I'm really excited to make videos again and continue to post. So I'm really hoping I will feel like that as the month goes on. Hopefully I'm not too busy in December and there's not too many books taken up by family. It sounds really bad. Listen, I actually prefer to be alone, so I actually like to read my books and be by myself. But hey, it is the holidays. I'll have some family spirit and some holiday spirit, I guess. I'm not like Grinch-like, but the holidays aren't the same as when you're an adult. It's not the same at all, especially when you don't have children, okay? I just want to be home alone reading a book. That's all. That aside, I'm excited to see my family again. It's been over 6 months since I've seen my family, so I'm really excited to see them again, and hopefully you will have enjoyable holidays as well. If you don't celebrate, I just hope you have an enjoyable month in December in general, and hopefully you get some really good books. I'm really excited. If you want to leave an emoji down below, leave any type of like winter or holiday emoji if you want to. It can be whatever you want. It can be trees, Christmas trees. If you don't celebrate Christmas, put whatever you want to do. I don't mind. Take care of yourselves. I know the holiday season is not always positive for everyone. I say this every single year, but I'm going to say it again. A lot of people have a hard time in the holiday season. Not everyone has a good time in the holiday season. So if you are having a rough time in December or going to have a rough time, please prioritize yourselves. Take care of yourselves. You deserve it. And try your best to prioritize yourself this season because it's going to be rough for some of you. So please make sure you go ahead and do that. I'm so sorry that this is like not a good time for you, but I hope you'll be okay. All right. The people that are happy for the season, I hope you have a great season. Some family and friends, I hope you can be around. And if you have no family and friends to be around, hopefully we can kind of keep each other company. I love this community. BookTube is incredible. And so I'm really excited to start a new year, another year on BookTube, because this place is amazing. I love the people on here. The community is amazing. So thank you all for being a part of that and watching my video and just being amazing. So with that all aside, let's finish the video off. Thank you so much for being here as always. Have a great day. Have an amazing reading month in December, and I hope to see you all soon. Goodbye, everyone.